dark side made this?
This the rant of the real. Everybody telling lies, the truth first, so it's fuck how they do feel. Or you for real? Man, put that on your mama, you a gangster and you got more shit for real. This the rant of the real. Everybody telling lies, the truth first, so it's fuck how they do feel. Or you for real? Man, put that on your mama, you a gangster and you got more shit for real.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rant to the Real. The power of real niggas get on here and rant. This is the #1 podcast in the top 50. There's no need to look that up. Google is wrong. They're stealing your data, and I am not. I've been telling y'all for a very long time that they are stealing your shit and you shouldn't trust them. I am your host, Uncle Trap, the hardest worker in the world. Now let's start your day off with eggs, bacon vibes. And I bring nothing but vibes. It's been a minute since I've done a podcast where we are ripped. Yeah, I mean, like, we've had a few light refreshments. Not too many, but a few. And when I say a few, I mean two. And these shits are strong. I can't tell you what they really are, but hopefully you caught the clue. We're going to blur it anyway, so it don't matter. Yeah, we are fourth quartering this, okay? This podcast comes out at 10 a.m. for YouTube and 6 a.m. for Spotify. It's 2 a.m. We are fourth quarter. You know, the score is 2-40. And before the bell rings, it'll be 42-40. So watch me work magic. You'll be like, God damn, yeah, I'm on time. Last week wasn't on time because I recorded, edited, and then I forgot to mute one of the tracks. So after it exports, it takes a minute. It usually takes like 2 hours to export the file. So after I edited, export the file, I didn't mute the audio from the camera because there's two different audios. There's the camera audio and then there's the studio audio. So there was that echo. So I had to delete the download, mute the audio, and then re-extract it. So it was late. These are the things that happen behind the scenes, the stuff you never know happens. And real shit, like even the bigger platforms, they run into these same issues. Like it's just the stuff that you don't ever see because it's off camera, behind camera, whatever the case may be, or they try to hide it. I don't hide it from you. You know what's crazy is I watch a lot of podcasts, and they all about different shit. And the one that I liked the most, the one that got this show going, was the one that was the most raw. Like, Son wouldn't hide the imperfections. He would just straight up tell you, like, this is janky, that's janky, you know, whatever. And I fucked with it more because he was honest. And then his best friends, they have a podcast. And then he started his because of theirs. And then their level of honesty about the jankiness. And then there's another one that I watch. I watch mostly solo podcasts. And they tell you, like, you know, this issue, that issue. I came up this stumble, that stumble. And it's like, it makes you relate to it more. It makes you feel more connected. It makes you want to do it more because you're like, I'm not the only one that has these issues or stuff like that. So it's like, I tell y'all because it's like, that's how I felt when I was trying to first start out. Or that's why I was intrigued because the level of honesty that came with it. It was just like, you know what? You being real about it. You got no choice but to respect it. Yeah, I mean. So that's why I tell y'all these things. Really, the behind the scene things. May not show it, and I understand it's not that important. But it's there. Enough waffling. I I've come to the realization that I'm gonna switch lanes. You know, like for every season, everything is a season. There's always a season for something. There's always something you do. There's always just something. And I think I'm gonna switch over to being a political podcast because why not talk about politics, and more politics? It's running the country right now. It's got us. Well, we've always been divided, but like our level of divided is different than how it used to be. But why not talk about it? It's there. We need to address the elephant in the room. We need to talk about these things and not sweep them under the rug. And we can't let y'all president get away with this shit. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to tell y'all exactly what he did last week. I'm going to tell you. Because you need to know the man y'all put in this office. Like, seriously. It's crazy. This has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. I watched, it's crazy how the two, like, have nothing to do with each other, but they do. So I was getting, I got tint on the car today. And while I was sitting in the thing waiting, I was watching this, like, documentary on, like, Epstein. And, like, dude was just some guy who grifted his way into being rich. Like, somehow, some way, they didn't really want to say, he got money from somewhere, and then he just started spending it and investing it and shit. And it wasn't his money. It sounds like he was holding other people's money, and he was spending it while he was holding it, and then just, like, obviously putting it back. And then he just got rich that way. Like, that's truly what it sounded like. He was just one giant grifter. And then he was just a serial pedophile. Like, or a sex offender. Because, like, it wasn't his first time being in the hot seat. Which is crazy because he did some shit that nobody could ever get away with. Like, 2008, he got arrested for them crazy-ass charges. And then he had work release or something like that. Like, he had 18 months or something like that. Basically in some El Chapo type jail where he built his own shit and they catered to him and they called him the client and they catered to his every whim. And he was on 6 days a week, 12-hour work release. So he didn't have to be in his cell. Like, this shit is wild. Like, this man really got away with everything. And I think it's because he kept getting away with shit. Because, like, he kept getting caught with kiddie porn. He kept getting caught diddling kids. He kept getting caught just touching people. He was on some, like, Diddy shit, just the white version. That's really what he was. And he just kept getting caught. And I think this last time, it was just so much shit that they couldn't sweep it under the rug no more. And I think that's truly what happened. Like I said, it has nothing to do with where I was going. But it's just like, wow, like, that's crazy. Like, just a random nigga that was happy, that got money. He was I think he was a math teacher or some shit like that with no degree. He was a teacher teaching students and didn't have a degree to even do the shit. He got hired off the luck. And then he just kept getting lucky through his entire life. He just was the wrong person to be lucky. That's really all it was. Like, the nigga, like, he had a history of diddling people. Kids, adults, it didn't matter. If he wanted to touch you, he was going to do it. He just had the money to get out of trouble from doing it. And then this last time, it just was like, he had so much dirt, and he made it his mission to collect dirt on other people that they had to silence that man. You know, I'm not a tinfoil hat kind of guy. Like, I'm never going to be the government conspiracy, they took our gerbs. But when you strap me down and you force the tin hat on my head, it's really hard not to, like when the dots connect, it's no way to be like, nah, there's no way. Like, I am 100% Occam's razor type of nigga. But when that blade is dull and that tin hat is shining, I don't know what you want me to do here. And it's like, I don't I'm one of the people that don't trust the government. I don't want them people in my business. I trust the foreign national government before I trust my own, and those guys are shady too. I was talking to somebody that I know. I was telling them I would rather hand deliver the Chinese government my data before I even let my job have a megabyte of my data. So, you think I trust the government? No. I think everything they do is fucking shady, and they all have interior motives. Nothing they do is for the people. I don't give a fuck about y'all. You should distrust everything that is free or allegedly free from the government. Even government assistance isn't entirely free. There's so many strings that come with that bullshit. Best thing I ever did was told my mom no when she brought it up to us a while ago, back when we were, I think we had just turned 18. And she was like, yo, we need to, had to do X, Y, Z or something like that. And it was like, nah. And we stood on our own 2 feet. And credit's good, money good. We own this motherfucking house. Brand new car in the driveway. Nah, we don't need no fucking government. We do this shit ourselves. Pull this bitch out the mud. Brick by brick. Working on house number 2. We don't need no assistance from them. So, nah, I'm not a tinfoil hat type of nigga, but also I don't trust them. And it's usually the simplest answer, which is probably the answer. But when it's right in front of your face and, like, they do a shit job covering it, what do you do? And not even, like, government shits all the time. Just, like, sometimes I really think that people got so dumb because they just watch how other dumb shit got away, that they're like, oh, I don't need to complicate it. I'll just make this even dumber, and then maybe I can get away from it. The Davie situation. Like, this shit is so dumb. Like, everything is hand delivered to that he did it, that it's like, what were you thinking when you did this? You fell in love with a minor. Okay. It's a mixed bag on that. Like, don't get me, I'm not justifying the shit. And you're gonna be like, what you mean mixed bag? Hold on. When he met Shorty, he was a minor. And that's why I say it's a mixed bag. Because he was a young nigga. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, he was like 16 and she was 12. Crazy age gap. Don't get me wrong, but they both was kids on some shit. Like, yeah, he knew a little bit better than the backtrack like that. But whatever, they was both kids. I give you the G pass on that one. I usually hate to see kids that get wrapped up in shit because they became older and they didn't, like, stop messing with someone. Like the 17-year-olds that mess with the 15-year-olds, and then they turn 18, and then the girl turns 16, and then they get jammed up. I always feel bad for them niggas because, like, they was punching in their weight class. Like, they legit was talking to somebody that's in their age range and that's appropriate. So I genuinely feel bad for them niggas that get them type of charges. It's like, damn, bro. That's you really swinging in your weight class. Like, you thought you had something, and her parents was like, nah, you don't. So those I don't feel the anger that I feel when it's young nigga, young girl, wrong time. Yeah, I mean, y'all met each other a little too early. This is one of them situations. He was still a minor. She was a minor. It's just he was an older minor. And then when he got older, obviously he didn't break that shit off. And he just kept going where he was going. Now, the fact is that being so young, you have friends. Because I remember being 17, 16, 15. I had mad friends. I had a whole entourage of motherfuckers. It was like 30, 40 of us. Like, now I didn't hang with all them fucking people. Don't get me wrong. But, like, I knew that many people, and if I wanted to, I could assemble that many people at one time. Now, I'm lucky if I can assemble 4 people in the same room. Be honest with you. If I could get 4 people in the same room, we're at max capacity here. That being said, it's no way that you purposely put yourself in the spotlight because, you know what I mean, became famous around that age because the nigga only like 20. So, is he 20? I think he's 20. Don't get me wrong. He's 20. And the young girl he was talking to, you know, I want to say she was 16 or 15 when she died. So, it's hard to throw the PDF file on his jacket when they was young, because like I said, that's how I usually give it the G-Pass. But I think maybe probably should have put it on pause and let her catch up in age a little bit, you know what I mean? But whatever the case may be, he knew this young lady. He was hanging out with her. They was on Discord. They were sharing songs. There was just so much evidence that he and her knew each other and obviously were in some type of romantic entanglement. That evidence is very much blatant in our faces. But here's the part where it's so much evidence that it is so dumb that it's like, you gotta throw your tinfoil hat on, because then at this point, because it's like, yo, you did that shit, big dog. And there's no way to like possibly think, nah, he didn't do that. Like, it was evident that he was fucking with the young girl. All right, whatever. Even his friends knew he was fucking with the young girl. But then she just dies, right? And then every single song that he has is about the death of some woman. And then if you look at his music videos, it's always him blindfolded, covered in blood, coming out of a coffin. He dropped songs on her birthday. He got songs about her name. She been missing for a year. She probably been dead for a year. Like, this shit is wild. Her body is found in the trunk of your car and you on tour. It's like, bro, what are you doing? The last place she was seen, you taking pictures at. It's like, there's no conspiracy at this point. Nigga, you did this shit. It's just a matter of when they gonna slap them silver bracelets on you. Because either you did that shit or your mans did that shit. But you definitely did that shit. Some of them young niggas really need a hug. Like, they wasn't told they was special enough. And, like, they take their anger out in crazy ways, and it usually comes out in just aggressive tones. And I don't know. Like, I genuinely feel bad for the people that never had the chance to grow up and realize that they don't need them people in their life, and it's too late, and they end up gone or hurt or broken. I guess early on in life, I had the luxury to realize I don't need to be around excessively violent individuals, so I don't usually hang around that crowd, male or female. Once you display patterns of excessive aggression, I usually remove myself from you, male or female. I don't care. I don't like to be around overly aggressive people. Chill. Tomorrow's a better day. And some people never get the chance to ever get that far in life. And it truly took me a very long time to see that a lot of people was not fortunate to understand that they matter or where they are in life. So I no longer hold people to that high of a standard that much anymore. That being said, though, his mans knew exactly what he was. And I hold them niggas to a standard. Because anybody I hang around, I know exactly who the fuck they are. Whether I'm playing with fire or not. I have a mans. And I wouldn't normally fuck with somebody like him. I'm going to be completely honest. But because I fuck with him, I overlook the dumb shit sometimes. But truthfully, if I met another him, immediately I cut them off. You have a great day, brother. No, I can't do two of y'all. So I know what type of the people I hang with is off the rip. Off of the first hour of me talking to somebody, I know exactly what type of person they are. Good, bad, or indifferent. I can tell you, trust them or don't. Whether I choose to stay around or dip is solely because I have a reason for everything that I do. And you know what type of person your man is, especially the person you hang out with at least 2 to 3 times a week. You know exactly what type of person he is. Aggressive, non-aggressive, they like young girls, they like Asians, they like white girls, they like men. You'll figure that shit out eventually, right? So his mans know that he obviously with this young girl. And the fact is that no one told him no. No one obviously spoke up. Because if that was the case, they would have said something. She wouldn't be on their stream. She wouldn't be, a background character in their videos or songs. Like, someone would say something. This nigga on tour and somebody driving the body around with her in the trunk. Like, you know what type of person your mans is. And at this point, is it transactional? Because that's crazy. You should not have a price for you and your integrity. There's certain shit you got to stand on at the end of the day, and your integrity should not have a price. If you know your man's fucking with this young-ass girl, you need to talk to him like, yo, what's up with you, gang? What was good? This bitch still going to high school? I mean, you love her, but maybe catch her when she at least graduate. Like, damn, bro. Let this bitch go to school. A whole entire year she go missing? So was she missing and just fucking off around with them? Because there's no way that his mans didn't meet this girl. Or was she dead and they was just carrying her around for a year and no one knew she wasn't there? Come on. You niggas knew she was there. They just turned a blind eye because either A, he had money, or B, you figured he'd probably beat y'all ass or something. It's just crazy. It's like, obviously that shit eating him alive because what was his biggest song? Something. Romantic Homicide dropped on the girl birthday talking about basically killing her. And then if you look at every other song after that, it's just all his songs are about a woman dying. Trying to throw that tin hat on you. I can't wait to see a documentary on this. I need to find the info out. Like, why did he do it? What made him do it? Why? I watched that documentary on Netflix with a lady that was texting her daughter saying all that wicked shit. She was saying some wild, offensive, vile shit. I don't know if I talked about this, but we're going to talk about it again. She was just saying some wild shit. And, like, when you get to the end after she gets caught, she gets arrested, and then she basically was like, I would never hurt my daughter, but you did. And then she was like, well, I don't understand what the big problem is. Somebody hurt me, and I was just sad. Bitch destroyed her whole family, and then was basically like, I don't understand why everybody mad. You know why everybody mad. You got the rest of us mad because the fact is that you trying to make it seem like niggas is just upset for no reason. We need to chill out. It was all a big misunderstanding. She didn't send the first messages. Somebody else sent it. She just continued it. So who sent the first message, shorty? Was it your husband? The nigga who didn't know you had got fired from both of your jobs and you was just at home texting your daughter vile shit, calling her ugly, her coochie was dry, all kinds of shit. Then you stalked her boyfriend. They broke up. He finds a new relationship. You find the number of the girl in the new relationship and stalk her. And you like, why everybody mad? I didn't do nothing wrong. Get the fuck out of here. This shit is insane. You did that shit. Just admit it. Just be like you was jealous of your daughter. Maybe you wanted the young buck. Maybe you was tired of the bull and wanted the calf. You know what I mean? It's okay. Maybe she low-key probably was a pedophile though, but she just didn't act. Nah, she definitely acted on her. She acted on her shit. She just didn't do nothing to get herself incriminated by saying crazy shit to the boy. Like she didn't straight up just like assault that man, but she did harass that man. But has she had a lot longer time to like really carnage some shit? Oh yeah, she be on an episode of Chris Hansen, yo. You know what's crazy is you never see any women on these sting operations. Like, they out there. Why they just don't get caught? Maybe they play a smarter game. Because women not be out here buying dick too, just like these niggas be out here buying coochie. Or maybe they don't pose as women. Or men. I don't know. I guess if you on a site looking to buy anything, I guess you could get wrapped up in this thing. I don't know. I've never perused to purchase, so I couldn't tell you. I've never been a purchaser kind of guy. You know what's crazy? Is like, you don't have to buy. You just have to be great with words long enough. Like, truly. Just be so great with words that you wear the tuxedo for like an hour. And you're good. May not get a relationship out of it, but fuck it. You wasn't trying to have a relationship. You was just trying to have some sex. Just be so amazing with the words that you don't need to pay for it. Everything's legal, 2 consenting adults, and then bam. Peanut butter and jam. Because that's all they really do is be looking for some sex. And then they just be so desperate for the first person that says yes, that when someone says yes, it's usually a sting operation, and then they just fall into the trap. So if you're that desperate, I don't know, go to like a sex addict anonymous and then just pretend like you got problems and then shoot your shot with one of them. You desperate, right? Fuck it. You desperate. So at this point, you can't be a beggar, or you can't be a chooser. You begging. So at this point, yeah. Go ahead and do your thing. Is it immoral? Fuck yes. Should you never do that? No, I don't ever do that. But if push come to shove, do that instead of fucking with them kids. But don't do that at all. Don't do any of it. But do that instead. Or, find broken women. Go on Facebook Marketplace. Look for dresses. Start DMing them. They're divorced. Listen, there's options, okay? Go to bars. Go to that local bar that's down the street from your house, the little hole in the wall. Maybe go to the next town. Go to that hole in the wall. And then the person you see sitting by themselves, talk to them. Boom. Now you're going to get you some grit. It's not grade A. Don't get me wrong. We're not talking creme de la creme here. But we're desperate. Not we're. You're desperate. You're looking for a quick little, me? These are legal ways. Are they immoral? Yes. But at least they're over 21. Fucking Christ. God damn, I hate you people so much. Yo, we gotta talk about the elephant in the room, yo. Now we really putting the tinfoil hats on. And we gonna wear them bitches proudly. I'm gonna get me one. Go on Amazon, see if I can get one delivered. And when it's tinfoil hat time, put that bitch on. I got y'all. That's gonna be the segment, tinfoil hat. I had to do some, a little investigative journalism. Jimmy Kimmel, I watched what he said that got him shut down. He played a video of Trump saying that he was very sad and heartbroken about the passing of his dear friend Charlie Kirk. And then in that same sentence, he also says the White House is under construction and it's been 100-something years and they're finally doing something and we should be excited for it. Does that sound like the words of a person who's mourning their dead friend, their beloved friend? He's such a great guy. No. Sounds like someone who publicly doesn't give a fuck and is saying whatever in front of those cameras. So Kimmel made fun of it, Jimmy Kimmel, and talked shit about his stage of grief, called it construction. Well, Brendan Carr had a little bitch fit. He didn't like that. Brendan Carr, for all y'all who don't know, is the chairman of the FCC. If you don't know what the FCC is, Google it. And then maybe Google Brendan Carr. He demanded that shit gets shut down. He also said that he was going to destroy political deals and he was going to ruin the network and get them pulled off the air if they didn't do something about it. So the network, not wanting to lose money and wanting to keep money rolling in, canceled Late Night with Jimmy Kimmel. But that didn't work because it's a lose-lose situation. It's either deal with Brendan Carr's psycho ass and lose money in the long end, or the people who watch your network immediately plummeted your views and you were losing money. So what do? Fuck it, keep the money rolling, upset this nigga, we'll make somebody else happy, it's all good. So they brought him back. Free speech is being destroyed right in front of our eyes. The oxymoronic is not lost on us. Because the same people who called Charlie Kirk a martyr for free speech, that man had the right to say whatever he needed to say, are the same people who want Jimmy Kimmel canceled and shut up because of what he said on his free speech. Which one is it? You can't be upset because, he was talking shit about Trump or Charlie Kirk. He's not American. But you'll let this man go to colleges and talk shit to all them fucking young, impressionable minds. Break this shit down. Make it make sense. I need you to explain it to me in the simplest way possible. Which is it? Are you pro-free speech or not? Or is it when it's convenient for you and the person that you want them to say it? Because I ain't gonna silence me. I'll just change platforms and do the shit again. I'm gonna keep speaking. And that's why a lot of people switch, they don't even deal with television, because when you go online, you can do whatever, you can't censor me. Chris Hansen was shut down because he was catching senators and governors and politicians in them stings. And that one senator or governor hung himself, and then they pulled him off the air like, nah, we can't do this no more. So then he just went online, did his own thing. Y'all can't stop me. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want. And when the world needs to know this is happening, it doesn't matter who's doing it. We need to know that they're doing it. So it's like, at this point, what is this? Is this Nazi Germany? Are we not allowed to speak our mind? Are we not allowed to have some peace here, a thought? Or is it only what the government says? So then later in that same breath, your favorite president, the Pentagon, demands that any reporters who report on the Department of Defense must sign a pledge that says they won't share information or talk about anything that isn't approved by the government. And if they don't sign or they don't, agree with this, they get their press credentials revoked. You are no longer welcome to sit here and be press. Government-approved information. You know what another word for that is? Propaganda. That's the same fucking thing Nazi Germany did. That's the same thing North Korea is currently doing. That's the same thing China is currently doing. But this is a democracy. Get the fuck out of here. You mean to tell people that in the Constitution, there's the freedom of press. You can literally say whatever the fuck you want. You can do whatever the fuck you want. And you can investigate whatever the fuck you want. But when it comes to the Department of Justice, we got to approve what you put out there, or we're going to take your freedom of press away. And you're no longer welcome to put it out there. If this isn't propaganda, please explain to me what the fuck it is. Because y'all in my comments are going to break this shit down. Oh, you're just talking. You have no proof. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Turn on the news. Google it. A simple Google search will bring all this shit up. I told you not to trust them. YouTube it. Go on any report news actual site. CNN, Fox, 13 Wham. At this point, I don't give a shit. Your local trusted news source. Look this shit up. The people need government approval to put out bullshit that the government, to filter through what the government says they can say, and then they can put it out. Go to dictionary.com. The Merriam-Webster thesaurus. Usually disproving ideas or statements that are often false or exaggerated and that are spread in order to help a cause, a political leader, a government, etc. The last 4 fucking words, a political leader, a government. What more do you guys want? They are playing in your fucking face. Then Trump gets on Twitter. This is all on Saturday of last week. Trump gets on Twitter and demands that Pam Bondi, the Department of Justice, she's the Attorney General for the Department of War. She demands that he did this on Twitter. He demands that she goes after, silence, and charge his political opponents because they're dragging his name through the mud. They're making him up to be the bad guy he isn't, and they're falsely accusing him of things he didn't do. This man is playing in your fucking face. This is the Attorney General, not his personal fucking lawyer. He should not be doing this. Live in front of everyone. And y'all just let him fucking go. You can't do that. You guys crucified, what the fuck was his name? What was the president that didn't touch that woman? Monica Lewinsky. What the fuck was that president? Clinton. You guys killed Clinton because he was friends with the Attorney General, because he said hi to them. But fucking Trump is demanding that she arrest and charge his political opponents. What crimes have they committed? On the same day, they're also voted against releasing the Epstein files. If this is not tin hat theory, then what the fuck is it? Please break this shit down. I want to know. Or are you just going to attack me and my character because I'm a black man and I'm a violent gangster? That's all it is. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't have evidence. Edit. Podcast equipment needs to be outlawed. It's just another monkey online. God damn, bro. Y'all just throw shot. Ain't a single nice thing in my comment section. It's all fucking rhetoric. I read it. I just don't respond. Because for what? There's nothing you can say online that will get me upset. I could care less. I don't actively go out of my way to comment on people's stuff. Hell, what's crazy is I upload these podcasts and then I go back to doing what I was already doing. And then my phone will go off repeatedly from the TikTok notifications or Instagram, and then I'm like, oh. And then it'll say 20-something comments, and then it's like rhetoric, hate. Okay. This doesn't change the fact the president lied to y'all and y'all angry about it. The president's a fucking pedophile and y'all angry about it. He hangs out with known pedophiles and serial rapists. but you're okay about it. The fucking, whatever that guy's name was, I don't remember, said that Trump was an FBI informant. So he was diddling kids for America, or he was doing it for the love of the game, but he fucking did it. And one fucking day, we turned this shit into Nazi Germany. Well, not even one day. Well, how long has it been? 9 months. Let's call it 6 months. In 6 months, man's accused of diddling kids. There's Gestapos running around the street. Random people are getting snatched and taken off the streets. And then you guys are like, oh, it's not random people. There's literally videos on CNN or World Star Hip Hop, any social media platform page where there are literally armed guards with masks on beating the fuck out of people and dragging them in the vans. Watch this shit. It's live in front of your face. I'm not even going to throw a video in. Do your homework. People getting dragged off into the street. Someone just shot up an ICE detention agency, and you don't really hear about that. But yes, that happened. Somebody went to the detention center and shot the shit up. But we're not going to talk about that. We have a prison that was built less than 6 months that we house anyone of Hispanic descent, or if any descent at all. Doesn't even matter. We don't think you're American, you go there, and then we'll send you away and come back. There's a girl on TikTok. Her whole thing is purposely getting caught by ICE, getting deported, and then sneaking back in and doing it all over again because it's a fucking joke. Okay. He silenced freedom of speech. If you aren't going to sign that waiver, you can't even come in. We are the Department of War. We're attacking our own citizens and locking them up. Instead of, trying to find peaceful ways to help the community, fuck it. Let's just destroy it more. Because maybe if we tried to help the community, that might work. People don't know these programs exist if you don't tell them. Yes, they exist, but if you don't tell them they're there, how are they going to know to get the help? You know what? Fuck it. Let's just stick guns in their faces and see what happens. This country is fucked. This man told y'all Project 2025, or Project 25 is what he called it, before he was president. And now, step by step, he's rolling it out. You don't fucking believe me? Look up what's in Project 25. The tin hat doesn't need to be found when you tie me down and you go, wear this fucking thing. The white Christians are bitching about how their lives are getting trampled on while they trample on everyone else along the way. What happens with the Jewish people that you help trampling on other people and you guys clash? Then what? You're going to trample on them too? Break this shit down. Make this make sense. We're getting out of here, y'all. We're going to wrap it up. We could talk about this forever. But I'm going to save that for next week because he's going to do some more shit and some more shit. Matter of fact, he's already done more shit. And I'm going to tell you about what he did next week. Next week. I'm always be behind because your favorite president just keeps doing shit. And he keeps playing in your face and y'all keep letting him. You need to impeach this motherfucker. Tune in next week, y'all. We're going to have more stories, more time. I promise you, I'm going to get this tinfoil hat. Don't even worry about it. I got you. Shout out to those boys and girls over on Patreon. I do appreciate it. I love you. I know I haven't shouted y'all out in a minute, and I do apologize, but don't think that you guys aren't lost on me. I do love and appreciate every single last one of you. I truly do. But good night, y'all.